Hey there everyone, it's Tanya from Royal City Nursery and welcome to our pollinator garden. How you doing today? One of the things I want to talk to you about is what we've done at the front of the garden center. This has taken us a few years to establish, and I know when you look at it, if we get cast to pan around, right now it really doesn't look like a whole lot. We've got the fence, we've got a bunch of grasses and a landscape inside the fence. Outside the fence, we have, well, what could be by some considered a patch of weeds, by me and by many others and a whole host of insects, we have our pollinator meadow. So the meadow you're seeing here, we're going to walk through it in a minute, is something that we have very specifically seeded. We blended a whole bunch of different wildflower seeds together about 4 years ago, and it's something we maintain and overseed on probably a biennial basis. So we reseed or overseed every 2 years. Biggest reason we wanted to do this is because we've got the space and we wanted to, one, showcase what a natural garden or a natural meadow looks like, but two, even more importantly, we wanted to showcase and give a space for a whole bunch of beneficial insects to live. Things like lacewings, hoverflies, beneficial wasps, toads, hummingbirds, butterflies, yes, monarchs, yes, swallowtails, and a whole host of other things that we see in and out of this garden and in and out of this meadow on a regular basis. If you take a look, we're going to do a quick walk through the meadow. We're going to take a look at some of the plant material that's here. So we're shooting this right now in the middle of July. So we're starting to see our black-eyed Susans come up. We're also seeing a ton of goldenrod and asters, so give another month and this whole patch will be full of color. As we come on down this way a little bit, we've got some native bergamot or native bee balm. There's a ton of milkweed that's finally starting to grow through our patch. So this is actually what we're really, really excited about. See, there's a variety here of clover. So this is one of the taller varieties. And I know you look at clover and go, oh my gosh, it's a weed. But really, one of the things that's really exciting about clover is it's an actual legume. What's a legume, you ask? A legume is a plant that helps fix nitrogen and puts nitrogen back into the soil all by itself. So it pulls all the nitrogen from the air. Nitrogen is generated in a lot of cases by a lightning strike, and that's one of the ways that we can get some nitrogen back. So again, it pulls all the nitrogen from the air, takes it down through the plant, and stores it in nodules in the roots. So when you cut a legume down, or better yet, when you turn it into the soil, you end up creating a green manure. So it's a really, really nice crop. So if you've got clover at your place, if you've overseeded your lawn with clover, that's one of the reasons it does that. So let's keep going through. And here's that bee balm in flower. Really pretty, pretty flower. Also in our meadow patch, we're starting to get some thistles. And we are, as you can tell, if we flip to the other side, got a ton of Queen Anne's lace. Really good pollinator plant for an awful lot of flies and even for ants. Most people don't forget about the ants, but ants make an amazing pollinator because they go through so many different plants, right? Up the plant, down the plant, and you've all heard the term, we're busy as bees and we're bustling like ants. There's a reason we have those little memes. So one of the other things that we do with this meadow is we actually, honestly, we mow it. So if you take a look, So, all right, we've got a couple of different things flying around my head. This is awesome. That's why we're standing in the meadow. We like it that way. But if we take a look around, we do actually mow this into some shapes. Part of this is because we want to create a space that looks intentional. So it looks like we're doing a little bit to it, and it gives it a bit more of a manicured look. Now, one of the other reasons for it is it allows most of the meadow to actually stand and flower, which is important because if we want this meadow to regenerate, we need it to seed. In order for a plant to seed, it's got to flower first. So at the very beginning of the season, we mow the whole thing a couple times just to get it going. And very end of the season, usually about tail end of September, early October, we mow the whole thing down because we want to knock the seeds to the soil level. That way, with frost heave, with snow, and with rain, we get the seeds working down into the soil, so it becomes a natural regeneration process. Over time, we're starting to see more and more species creep in here, which is perfect. That's what we're looking for. So if you're looking to do a little bit of good for your neighborhood, a little bit of good for some of the keystone species in the world, so bumblebees in particular, bees, I should say, in particular, or any pollinator insect, a really small meadow is a great way to start. It doesn't have to be that big, but we've all got a little bit of space in our lives for a few more insects. So we'll talk to you soon. Thanks very much.